Hitler's Art, the untold story of a dictator's brush.
Hitler was a painter, and he was a perfectly adequate painter.
Yeah.
Now, you can't say that he was a good painter out loud and in public, because he really actually wasn't that great of a painter.
Adolf Hitler is a man that bears his own introduction. Before becoming history's most infamous dictator, Adolf Hitler harbored dreams of a different future. As a young artist, his canvas spoke of ambitions far removed from the path he ultimately chose. In Vienna, the stage for many artists' dreams, a young Hitler faced rejection from the Academy, not once, but twice. Advised to pursue architecture, yet unable by his lack of formal education, his artistic aspirations seemed eternally frustrated. Despite these setbacks, Hitler found modest success selling his art in Vienna's beer halls. Collaborating with Reinhold Hannisch, he managed to make a living, but this partnership dissolved after a dispute. For the business to be even slightly profitable, Hitler was required to produce one postcard daily. Despite Hannisch's ability to sell each piece, a steady flow of artwork was essential. However, Hitler struggled to meet this pace, preferring other activities over painting. This led to mutual frustration, resulting in their eventual separation. Seeking a new beginning, Hitler moved to Munich, continuing his trade as a painter.
But he did paint architectural imagery quite efficiently. Curiously, I guess if you're a pop psychologist, you could analyze his paintings when he puts people into them, because they're terrible. Whenever he tries to paint people, it's always bad.
Despite their average quality, his watercolors found buyers, sustaining him until World War I dramatically altered his course. The war transformed Hitler, ending his artistic pursuits and initiating his notorious political ascent. Yet, his early years reveal a dichotomy, a man torn between the brush and the baton of tyranny. Hitler's understanding of symbols and their emotive power became evident in his design of the Nazi Party emblem. This flag, embodying nationalistic and anti-Semitic ideologies, became a potent tool in rallying masses and shaping Nazi identity.
Hitler saw himself as a painter. He was an artist. He saw himself as the artist of the nation. He talks about this.
Making the nation, making the future,
yes,
as
shaping it.
Work,
yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah, and when you read accounts about Hitler in the New York Times, for example, they're quite positive. Before the war.
In Mein Kampf, Hitler describes how he designed the flag for the newly created Nazi Party. Discarding the flag of the Old Reich as a symbol of failure and defeat, he sought a new design, though he favored the basic red-white-black color scheme. After many trials, he decided upon a final form, a flag of red material with a white disc bearing a black swastika in its center, achieving the correct proportions after numerous attempts. The creation of the swastika flag marked Hitler's most significant artistic contribution, serving as a dark testament to the power of visual symbols in political movements. His ability to craft and manipulate symbols underscored a unique understanding of art's influence on collective emotion and action, albeit for nefarious purposes. This manipulation of art for political gain presents a chilling reminder of visual communication's potential impact, far beyond the aesthetic realm. Pleased with the result, Hitler's design became a defining symbol of the Nazis. He didn't limit this big idea to just one flag. The black swastika was a huge hit and remained central to Nazi symbolism. Hitler also designed the party badge, stationery, and the masthead for the party newspaper, all featuring an eagle carrying a swastika in its talons, and created the standard used as the party insignia for mass rallies. Hitler's symbology played an essential artistic role in creating an emotional ambience that effectively entranced his audiences. He developed an iconography that communicated his message of grievance, anger, and vengeance, discovering the key to power by using his artistic instincts to further his political ambitions. This was brilliantly effective propaganda, true, but also an insidious form of art. In retrospect, Hitler's foray into art, marked by early failures and a descent into tyranny, raises haunting questions about the paths not taken and the destructive power of unfulfilled artistic ambition turned to hate. His legacy, intertwined with his artistic endeavors, serves as a stark reminder of the profound effects, both constructive and devastating, that art and symbolism can have on society and history. What could have been if Hitler's artistic ambitions had been fulfilled? How do you think art shapes our world's history and society?
I do an exercise in one of my classes where I put pictures on the table and ask people to identify the ones that they like, and which ones are good art and which ones are bad art. And I put one of Hitler's castles onto the table, and it always ends up in the good end of the table. And then when I tell them it's by Hitler, it ends up in the bad end of the table.
Subscribe for your weekly dose of artistic inspiration and history.